This is Yamaha XSR and this is CB300F. This is just a side-by-side comparison video. You can look how they both look from the side profile. Looks quite decent. Entirely different genre. This is classic, retro classic, and this is street fighter. So you can just compare them. Apart from they belong to the same price bracket, they are from different genre of bikes. So they cater different audience, different owners. Uh, People will choose according to their taste. Let's check the rear profile also. So from the rear section, CB300F looks much better just because the grab rails are there. There is no grab rail as such, so that is why they look a little tinier. If you remove the grab rails from there, that will also look tinier. That is for sure. Also the tire profile is very roundish over here. That makes it look skinnier. This is flatter, much flatter. And let's talk about the seat. Okay, so as you can see, clearly see how much of a height the pillion will gain on that bike. This is a classic nature of the split seat, and this single seat is good for pillion in that sense. Also the foot angle when someone sits here of an average height, the leg angle is very comfortable. I'll show you in a while when I sit on both of these bikes. So this is just a ergonomics test and how a guy whose height is 5.5 feet will fit in both of these bike. So I owned that one, uh, although this is Bikers Kahini's bike, but the same model I used to own, and this I currently own, so I can share my opinion on this. Let's quickly check the ergonomics and then we'll talk about some important factors like the ground clearance. So I can flat foot from one side easily. I can flat foot from here also, and I'll request you to come here and show the ground clearance. So even if I try to push the suspension harder, as you can see, the ground clearance is not very low. Okay, so 120 mm, definitely it's not like that. It's definitely much higher than 120 mm. Let's check the pillion seat also. So as you can see, if I sit here, I have adequate space for the rider, and the foot positioning is really comfortable for longer rides. Okay, it's not like this. So whenever your foot is far back behind, the long rides become very uncomfortable. But here, the foot is almost perpendicular. As you can see, my foot is almost perpendicular, and there is barely any space left behind that. But as the seat is squarish, so you have enough space for the tailbones, so no problem as such. So you can sit here also if you have a carrier here, and decent space. Okay, we'll now put this seat over that and we'll show you how much of a difference these two seats are. So let me quickly first sit on this bike. Let's take it a little forward. So as you can see, the foot positioning is a little forward set from that bike. That's a little rear set. The handlebar is much upright over here. Absolutely love this riding triangle. Very comfortable for long rides. And let me quickly switch back to the pillion seat. So here also, as you can see, if I sit here, the end of the seat, my foot positioning is almost perpendicular here. But if I move a little forward, just to accommodate the tailbones, my foot becomes a little bent. So that becomes a little stressful in long rides. As you can see, the tail section of this seat a little narrower, So the pillion really can't sit here. He or she has to sit here. So that becomes a problem in long rides because there is no space to go forward. The entire seat is entirely for the rider. That is one thing. Now let's quickly check this seat. And put this over that bike. That will make sense. So as you can see, I have aligned the front end correctly. As you can see, the rear is a little spacious over here, but this is practically useless. No one will sit here. So practically they're both the same seat if I consider the length, but if you consider the width, this one has a much better foaming, padding, everything for the pillion to sit on. So that is how it is. And no comments on the cushioning, because I have already said the cushioning on this bike is not good. You have to fit a set of gel seat, or you have to do foaming, or anything that needs to be done to make this comfortable for long rides. So yeah, let's jump to the next section and we'll check the ground clearance and how the suspension works in the bumpers.